Good.
That's good. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it was a good week. It was a good week. I was in Buffalo for the week.
Yeah,
Bills Mafia.
Hell.
Got to see everybody. Showed off J-Mo to the family.
Got to see everybody, huh?
J-Mo.
J-Mo.
You got to see everybody, huh?
Shout out to J-Mo.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hear that.
Only strictly, nuclear. Strictly nuclear situation going on.
Came into town. Ain't see the
You act like it's a pandemic or something going on.
Oh, man. We are live, everybody. We are live. Welcome back. Welcome back to 3 Beats Later, your favorite beat making podcast.
Yes.
Did you just come up with that branding just now?
Did I? What I just said? Your favorite beat making podcast? Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty good. You should just keep that one.
Keep that one.
We'll
add it to the list.
Yeah, add that to the Excel doc.
the spreadsheet. Oh, you love my spreadsheets.
3
Everybody
Beats
loves
Later. We should do 3 Beats Later episode. It should just be Corey spreadsheet.
We're gonna take a deeper dive into Corey's spreadsheets.
Dive. Organizational skills for your everyday
The next challenge
life.
Next challenge is going to sample Corey's spreadsheet. make it beat.
Oh man.
Nah, spreadsheets are great. Not for real, man. Thank you for keeping us organized and forward motivated. You're appreciated, brother.
Oh, thank you so much. When I'm not making spreadsheets, I'm making beats.
that
he's making babies.
Spreadsheets.
I'm making babies and making beats.
And putting babies and beats on spreadsheets.
I just tweeted Pizzo, just retweeted. Nice. Look at that. Social media. We are masters over here. Okay.
Masturbators.
So welcome back, everybody. This is episode 18, as you can see right here above my head. Bam.
18, man.
This week it was a fun week. We had to make a beat in the style of Kanye, and specifically E wanted to see if we could make a beat that would sound like it came off of the 808s and Heartbreak album. So that's what we did. I listened to the album like 3 times in the week and I wrote down a spreadsheet of all the different things that I heard in the album that I thought was characteristic of this album. A lot of stuff came up, like 808s, use of toms. He used a lot of toms in that album. A lot of synth sounds, kind of like 80s Tron sounding synths here and there. And he blended that with like a lot of organic, natural sounding pianos, organic, natural sounding violin. He did the auto-tune thing with a little bit of distortion on his voice. Not a lot of hi-hat going on in the album. I felt like the snare was kind of like mixed further back in the mix. And even the snare sounds were kind of unique, I would say. Like he wasn't always using a snare sound. Let me see. And then obviously like the whole album, typical Kanye style, he kind of was, had like a dark themed lyrics, kind of like chaotic relationship situation, not really emotionally mature individual, understanding how to handle his own emotions and love for somebody. Seemed like he was in like a fucked up relationship, all that good Kanye stuff. Punchlines here and there. So yeah, it's an album that came out in 2008. I looked that up and I was just kind of like, damn.
By the way, I invited Kanye to watch with us, so he heard everything you just said.
Hey, future president. Here's to the future president.
Yo, don't be careful what you put in the universe, man.
Hey, he's putting it in the universe.
It's 2020, man. Anything can happen. You better watch your mouth, man.
He said this was supposed to be his year. So we're gonna take a little bit of a pause. What are we drinking, fellas? What do we got?
I got that good old beet juice.
I'm going with the Montauk hard seltzer, black cherry.
Oh, look at
I
this!
got that good old freshly home juiced beet juice, apple juice, carrot juice, celery juice with a splash of apple. Yeah.
Nice. Here's to the most healthy host, E, for keeping us healthy. I'll drink to that.
We drink alcohol to being healthy.
Hey, you got to clean out the coronavirus in your system. You got to get it on the inside. You could get it, infuse that, get that inside.
Yeah, that's that home remedy right there you're messing with.
Yeah, the government approved one.
Yo, shout out the Bills for winning a game without scoring a touchdown.
Oh, and yeah, if you didn't vote yet, go vote.
It's
If you didn't vote before today, go vote tonight. You know, call your polling station, tell them to open back up. We told them it's okay to do that. Disclaimer:
they won't listen. Vote already.
You could put on every episode. You could get in voting line and listen to every episode of 3 Beats Later and just make it like a marathon. And you know,
and that will help you entertain yourself and help us go viral while you vote. Change the world twice.
You know, I mean, we've technically done like probably 18 episodes, so that's like probably like 20.
Yeah, probably whatever
22 hours.
Corey's head.
Hours of content. So you know, that's plenty of time though to kill in a line at the voting line, which you should be doing.
Did everyone already pre-vote or whatever? Vote early?
I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm going tomorrow.
My vote is counted.
Mail-in? Did you do mail-in or did you show up early?
I did the mail-in thing this year.
Yeah,
and you know, I checked it. I went online and did the mail-in checker. So my vote was not only received, but it was validated. So I'm good.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, I did the early voting here in Virginia.
That's what's up.
I heard there ain't nothing to do but cook in Virginia, though.
Hey! Oh, classics right there.
Yeah.
Only the classics. Okay, so we're gonna get into the show.
I'm reloaded.
Showing some beats. We spun the wheel. P is gonna give us his breakdown. How did you feel about the week, everybody? Good week, bad week? P's giving the sandbagging face.
I was really busy this week, but I'm not gonna sandbag. I just am surprised that the wheel chose me. I mean, I really didn't expect to go first this week.
You suggested it though. Every time you suggest something on the wheel, it goes in favor of exactly what you don't want.
Exactly. You gotta stop suggestion wheel.
You say, hey, let's spread out E's challenges so we don't get them and we get 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
E is on. Seriously, wait, how many? Okay.
Out of the last 4, I had 3.
Oh man. We need to make it. This needs to end.
No, because tonight I want number 1. I want number 1 tonight.
I feel like we haven't done a Corey sample in a while. A Corey challenge in a while, rather.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's your fault, P. You told him to rearrange the tracks. It would have been his track this week, his tracks this week. But
my prediction: the wheel is going to choose the Backyardigans. Watch.
Y'all can't wait. And listen, it's not the theme song. It's a song from the show. So you guys have to do your homework and actually listen to music from.
When it happens, it's your fault.
It's my choice.
You know, remember those shows from the 80s where they like go like, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop.
Oh, press your luck.
Press your luck. Yeah. All of E's are the whammies on this board right here.
Damn.
Whammy. Where are they? Whammy.
Wow. Just put a whammy icon next to mine. And just so you said that, now I'm gonna make even wackier joints now. So you really every time someone talks about my challenges, I get worse. So I don't know why I do that to yourselves.
Oh man. All right. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. We're hopping into this.
Yep.
As we proceed.
All right. So gentlemen, please mute thine engines.
Thou art muting.
Thou art Thou art. You should. Thou art. You should. Okay.
I'm not gonna mute till I see Ableton up on the screen.
Oh wow. Corey wants to hold the screen down the whole time.
Yeah, we want to talk more shit. More fire. There we go.
Okay,
right.
here we go.
Now I'm good. Yeah, so my name is Fiso Earth Tone. This is how I made my 808 beat in the style of 2008 Kanye West 808 and Heartbreaks. Word. 3 beats later. Check it out. Word. So the whole 808 concept and just the whole idea of making a beat in this style, it's kind of weird because going back to it now, you realize that he pioneered a lot of production things that are elements that are used nowadays. So, of course, in 2008, you realize how long ago that was. It really was ahead of its time. So I kind of had to employ a lot of things that he used back then. The main thing was, of course, just pitch shifting to 808s. So I think with the breakdown, I'm just going to start with the drums and just show you how I did that real quick. Basically, I used a series of different toms, and I pitch shifted them and just arranged them in a way that kind of lent itself to kind of style. The beat that I tried to most closely mimic was the first track on the album. I forget what it's called. I should know that. Something Say. And then there was these deep vocals in the track that really spoke to me. So I wanted to kind of do a similar vibe as that. So that is here. In addition to that, I wanted to put a couple other melodies to kind of fill in the space, but I didn't want to be too aggressive. With most of the 808 tracks were very, very empty. They left a lot of space for the vocals. So I wanted to not be too aggressive when I layered the melodies. So this was another melody that I came up with, just really just stabbing with the chords. So after that point, it just needed to accentuate it with a couple other melodies. Once again, I didn't want to get too insanely busy. There was a bass line that I tried to sneak in there. I put a drum bus on that bass. That's one of the things I did with that. Of course, with my toms, I should have mentioned that. I also put the drum bus on there in addition to reverb and some just basic EQing. So it's really just mixing and finding the right frequencies that accentuated the entire beat. And I think the only other element that I haven't talked about is this little synth noise over here. So let's talk about that real quick. Yeah, this guy. That one kind of just felt a little different, just a little bit more unique. So now it was all about just putting everything together. I'm gonna open up to my brethren.
Yeah. Lovely stuff there, buddy. Yeah.
Yo, P, you are killing it recently, man. It's like I really like this, and those chords are so emotional. And how are those affected when you? What did you put in terms of effects on those chords? It sounds like a little bit like chorusy.
So just reverb. So let me see this.
Oh, is it that same thing that you've been using? I forgot what that little plugin is. That really nice sounding
Tape-X.
I use tape piano.
That's the tune right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has. Go back to it again, because it has an LFO on there, and I think that's what's giving it that little like wavy situation. Go back to Tape-X. Yeah, rate, depth. Yeah, you got a little bit of like a wave going on, like a wow, 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 but it's subtle. That's awesome.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it is in that specific patch.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I really like this. I mean, that's totally the vibe, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, it's interesting.
Super emotional chords.
It sounds like Drake featuring, Kanye 808 and Heartbreak featuring Drake. Like, and that's no diss. That sounds like, what's that song, Karaoke, where it has that, it has that karaoke and like energy to that part that you had. But this is dope. I like where you went with it. It's eerily familiar, but I know I never heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like it did the job. Definitely did the job. And I like that you incorporate a lot of different elements into just like even one element. Like it's like you have two of these special sauces in there. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting that you have two of the special sauces going on at the same time. And I won't say what it is. You know, people who know and watch know what I'm talking about.
What is how come there's no, vocals, huh? Where's the P? Where's the P in this track, huh?
Oh, you know what? That is one thing I forgot to mention. I did just put a vocal sample in here.
Yeah.
You guys probably heard it.
I heard that.
Yeah.
He wants to know where you're at.
Yeah. I don't care about Kanye's organic salt, pepper, whatever the hell he said. Oh, okay. I didn't notice this. Oh yeah, that's in the beginning.
I had that in there,
okay,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
Where did you take the Kanye sample from? What was he rambling?
Oh, that was from the Rogan interview.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you do that after Corey talked about that today?
And I think in full color.
No, I had listened to it.
I have to describe a thought in 5 ways. You know, we enjoy food that has multiple.
This reminds me of when E talks.
Food.
Wait, listen.
It's not a rant, it's a symphony.
That's
ideas.
facts though.
And when you collect them, you say, "Oh, these are all these things that connect." Yeah, I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
Oh my God. I know some people who are just like so full of themselves like this guy. It's like,
yo, I don't appreciate that statement following the statement. I don't appreciate those two consecutive statements. Like I needed a buffer statement.
I said something. Oh, okay. I don't know if it sounds like E. Pause. Oh man.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
There we go. That was the middle sentence.
Whatever, man.
All
right, fine. You know,
Here we go. Bring it. Get that beet juice.
I make beats when I drink beats. That's what I've been doing lately.
Beet juice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. So gentlemen, go ahead, smash that mute button. Everybody watching, smash that subscribe button, that follow button, that notification bell. We will be giving away a lot of cool stuff very soon. We're very close to 1,000 followers on Twitter. And I promise that once we get to 1,000 followers, we'll be releasing a free beat pack. So lots of details to come with that. It will be available on our website, and I'll be announcing that very, very soon. So stay tuned, but make sure you have to be here to get the notification. You have to be on the stream. I will be announcing it there. So with no further conversation from myself, I'm going to go ahead and press play. right. So on this track, I had a little bit of fun. I think that it's very easy to get lost in that first track, being that it's almost 7 minutes worth of music by Kanye. I think that that track defines the album. Even though that wasn't even a single, it never made it to radio. I think what really made that track even buzz even more was that 7 minute freestyle by Drake that he right after he lost his BlackBerry. I'm dating myself, but this was like 2005, 2006 when Drake was just jumping on the scene, and he had like a 7 minute freestyle going crazy over that beat, and that beat was forever embedded in everybody's brain. So I think that um, I wanted to capture a little bit of that energy, but also capture some of the other elements that's in the album as well. So I'm gonna start off here with this little synth sound here. Now I use Symphon PE. And this is a VST that I use just to capture this. So just have that just to kind of add a more electronic feel to the track itself. I wanted to kind of give it that energy, but I didn't want to make it too electronic because I wanted to be in my own vibe, but at the same time capture some of the energy of the 808 Heartbreak vibe. So we had a choir, gotta have the choir. If you're trying to emulate anything about track one of the most amazing things about that track was the choir. At the end where they just looping and going crazy, and it's just like amazing. So I had to add that in there. So we're gonna go here. Now pair that up with the strings. So both of these are from Labs, and that's from Spitfire Labs. If you're not familiar with that and you're a producer, go to Spitfire Labs, and you will be able to find some of the most amazing orchestra sample sounds completely free. No samples, no limits, just a bunch of dope sounds. A bunch of orchestra members got together and just decided to make some sounds that people can use. They have some paid stuff too, but they have about probably 13, 14 really full on orchestra sounds together. But here's the choir and the strings together on this one. So I wanted to keep the instrumentation out of it because there wasn't a lot of instruments in this album. So I wanted to have my instruments very noticeable, very obvious, and I wanted the rest of it to just be sounds and elements. So the only other thing you'll hear in that beat is a piano rip, just where I just took the same chord from the other. So I took the same chord here, but I threw an arpeggiator on it, and I arpeggiated it, and then I put an echo on it. So on that, you'll see that there is this sound right here, this beautiful little. So that inside the beat, just there, just adding that little bit of extra theatrical, dramatical, all of that extraness to it. But it wasn't really to carry the track. It was more just to be an accent to catch you off guard. Like, hey, what is that? Where is it going? And I feel like a lot of the album did that. I was like, okay, where's this going to be at? Where I'm going to hear this again? And a lot of it you didn't hear again. So I wanted to capture that. Because it is 808 and Heartbreak, I wanted to make sure I captured the 808 portion of it, which I really don't typically make 808 beats. So it was difficult for me. I spent a lot of this week playing around with 808 sounds. I'm actually had to look up how to make 808s on Ableton. I never used 808 sounds on Ableton before. So I had to look it up. Very easy process, very simple. And it's actually easier to play them out than to try to find 808s that match. So I'll do a video about that for people who don't know. But this is the 808 that I chose to go with, and I did throw the drum bus. Now the tuner here, I saw somebody asking the question about the tuner. The tuner is to make sure that your 808 matches your key scale. So you want to make sure that your middle C is, or your C is, that's how I go with it. Just hit my C and make sure that my 808 matches the scale that I'm in. And so here we are with the sound for the. So you probably can't hear that if you don't have headphones in. So I'm gonna skip that part a little bit. But that's what's really carrying the energy of the track. The first thing I started out with was that melody. And I went straight for the 808 to carry the track for the melody because I didn't want to try to find the place for the 808 later. So I built the track around the 808 and everything else kind of fit there. For these, I'm gonna isolate all three of these. So for these, I use Play Beat. And big shout out to Cheeky CP over here. We dissected how to extract the tracks, but I actually took it a step further and I found out how to export each individual sound from Playbeat into its own audio file simultaneously. So this is what you hear from that. And it's just oh, my bad. So that's just, again, I want to add a little bit of a percussive sound to it, but I didn't want to make it an actual beat because there weren't many of those on that album. There were fragments of beats that made a rhythm, and I like that about that album. So I did that. I added some random effects in here because I wanted to give it some abstract. So here's one of these two together I'll play first. So I wanted to give it like a traveling kind of feel. So what I did with that was I went in here and I grabbed my reverb. I threw the reverb on, and then I grabbed my echo. But then I also grabbed my auto pan, and I made it so that it would be equally distributed. It would play one time on your left side, one time on your right side. But because of the echo, it would catch the end of the other one. So you'd hear 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 on each side. And so it was kind of like a different kind of just sound, almost like traveling. You're traveling, you hear. And that's just a DJ scratch, a random DJ scratch that I found. I pitch shifted it down, and I actually played melody into it, so it was kind of matching the tone of the track. Here I use the Moto Bass, which is, that's my go-to. Big shout out to my unofficial sponsor, Moto Bass. If you see in this, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and send me a check. But I use Moto Bass for pretty much every beat, and I'll show you why. Moto Bass is one of the most intuitive and incredible bass VSTs that I've ever seen. These all come default with it. And so if you're in here, you have 60s, 70s, modern bass, double bass, violin bass, and they all have different sounds and they all have their true to sound characteristics. So I went ahead and used this, but I used the same sub pattern. So here's where you. And so with that, what I did was I just basically put the track in position to match the bass, like the sub. Like I said, I wanted to carry the sub to be the main focal point of this beat without making the sub be so powerful. So I built everything around the sub. So if you're listening, everything is just carrying with the sub, and it's like that's setting the tone for everything. So I'm gonna play these two together just so you can hear that that energy. And so I wanted to use the Moto Bass. I wanted to have that pick feel. So in Moto Bass, you can go and hit play style. You can pick finger, you can pick pick, or you can pick slap. And so I picked pick because I wanted to have that actual playing over a sub bass to give it like live and electronic drum sound at the same time, or beat sound at the same time. And then lastly, we had I used another play beat that I bumped down into this track, and it was just a couple kicks and some tom. So and that is how I made this beat. I'm going to open it up to the guys.
Nice, man. Nice. What can you tell me more about Spitfire and those samples, the chorus and the violin together? Are those two separate, or how does that work? Is it
I'm actually going to open up. I'm going to actually open up Spitfire for you. So
yeah,
this is how it shows up as a VST in your DAW.
Yeah.
And you go in here and you can pick. These are all free. I haven't paid for any Spitfire sounds. So everything you're seeing is free. So they have a piano sound, they have a couple different piano sounds. They have drum sounds, but they only have really one drum sound. It's a live drum set sound, but it's what you would expect from an orchestra's VST. They have another keys joint, so a rare piano groove. They have synth, so I have a couple different things. Some of them overlap, so depending on what you're looking for, some of them overlap. But again, you have all of these in here. And so what I went to the strings, and I grabbed the ensemble strings. And then I went to the vocals and I grabbed the chorus long, and then I threw them in there. But you can grab all of these sounds, and as long as you have enough RAM and your CPU isn't going to wild out, you can definitely, duplicate multiple layers of labs on top. I've made tracks with all labs sounds, like 7 tracks of labs, Spitfire labs, and just my drum pattern and my bass line. So
can you solo the chorus, the choral?
Yeah.
Part. That sounds good.
And you can go in here. I mean, you can go in here and play with it too. You can kind of like different things that you want to change about it. Yeah. So it's a lot of functionality, a lot of versatility. So you can have it using on different types of tracks. So it's not just limited to just any one sound. You can make it your own. So
yeah. Again, like we're checking all the boxes here, like really emotional chords, and then like a beat that I don't know how to describe, the beat that's just like very like da 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 do da do, you know what I mean? Like it's not super syncopated. It's just kind of like groovy and funky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really good stuff though, man. Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like modulator thing that was I think you had it on the 808s that allowed you to play the 808s out or whatever again?
Right here.
Tuner.
So tuner. Yeah. So let me show. Since I'm going to do this with you, I'm going to show you. So you can grab any 808 that you want. A lot of 808s are not in key; they're just 808s that you find. So if you go and grab any 808, just type in 808. If you have some in your own sample library, or if you find some and you find the 808 you want. So these two are very different. So this is an A, this is a C. But I can take this one that is an A. I can say, hey, you're an A. And as I play it, I'll hear that this is an A. So what I'll do is I'll go on my tuner, and I'll have my keyboard connected, but I'll go on my tuner and I'll see how far off it is from C. I want it to get to C. So when I'm playing it, it matches how I'm playing my keys. And so I just transpose it to match the C. So that's pretty much all I do with that. And then, just go in and make sure it lines up.
I get it.
Yeah. So I put the tuner only when I'm doing something that's like a random sound or a random note that doesn't have a key value that matches. Mm-hmm. I'll do that just to get it to where I need it to be, and then play it like on the keyboard.
That's dope. Great beat. I really like it.
How come there's no Notorious VST on this track?
So I didn't actually do any vocal on this track. 2 reasons. One, the idea that I had, I couldn't really put it into, when you're thinking, like when you talk, you know, you eat food that has like five, you know, multiple different ingredients. So when when I was doing this track, I was gonna say something, but it had so many different components to it that I'm like, I would have to be an actual singer to do what I'm trying to do with this track. So it didn't work out. I tried a couple things, it didn't work out. And no, I don't have them one here for you to hear, and they're not muted somewhere randomly. So no.
See, but yeah,
I bet you Corey got some vocals.
You're easy to understand. Kanye, not so much. Not so much.
But you take from the greats and make it better. That's what you got to do. So, you know, a big shout to Kanye, because he definitely taught people that it's okay to think like yourself, though. I mean, even though he takes it to a level that most people won't ever go to, I believe that Kanye opened up a lot of people's minds to just dream. Mm-hmm. You know, Kanye came into the game with a lot of different things that everybody was doing, but they were restricted.
Yeah, I mean,
they were restricted. They, you know, rappers thought they had to be tough guys.
Right.
Kanye came in and wore pink polos and backpacks and said, "I love my mom."
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Introspective lyrics, emotional lyrics. You know what I mean? Like where you're not, you're not, you know, the superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so, in no way, shape, or form am I defending Kanye's social, you know, run for the most high position in the country. What I am saying is that Kanye told a lot of people and showed a lot of people that it is okay to dream, and forever music will forever be indebted to Kanye for that. Art as well. Art will also. I remember one of his first interviews, and I'm sorry for taking this time, but he had a train on his wall, and he explained how that train described how he saw music, and the train was comprised of wave that looked like an actual train, but it was kicks and snares. And he said how when he hears music, he sees it like that image, and that image was created like as a you know, a sound that he heard. So I really think that, you know, when he came out, he was talking the same crazy stuff, but to us then it was just such an innovative way to hear him speak. And now it's like, dude, okay, you're going too far, but he's always lived here. We just, you know, he masked it with music, and now that he's not, you know, doing as much music, he's talking more. We're like, whoa, but same brain, same genius. So I love it. Just don't be my president. Man, like I said, I mean, if he was more stable, I would say yes, because again, I'm big on we've had so many presidents that know the government in and out and know what to do, what not to do. We have very few presidents that operated off of what they felt, and Kanye has always been able to make people feel something. Like you said, you know, everybody feel a way about K, but at least they feel something, and I feel like feeling would be what he would lead with. So. But I don't want him though. I don't want him. But I respect his.
Maybe you know, the next president can assign him some sort of like cabinet position.
Yeah, but I do think that we need some kind of creative. Yeah, I think we do need some kind of creative person in government though. Like that's important for the world. All right, I'm gonna mute now. I'm done.
All right, let me. I'm just gonna hit this. You can hear that.
That key? No, we don't hear those keys.
All right.
Hook idea. Take 7. Ooh. Oh. Take 1 through 7. Yeah, good catch, dude.
Who did
good
that?
Catch.
Who did that? All right. Everybody mute their engines. All right. So this is week 18. This is Cheeky CP. This is the Kanye type beat. 808s and Heartbreaks challenge. I'm going to play my beat, and then we're going to talk about how I put this together. So here we go. start a screaming party. Love is so cold, secrets untold. Beginning to love the way you break me down. Starting to love the way you break me down. Playing your game, we'll keep it insane. Let's start a screaming party. Love is so cold, secrets untold. Beginning to love the way you break me down. Starting to love the way you break me down. You see me open up my phone, digits placed with names unknown. Taking calls at 3 in the morning. Friends too close in the no friend zone. On and on and on and on. On and on and on and on. Playing your game, we'll keep it insane. Let's start a screaming party. Love is so cold, secrets untold. Beginning to love the way you break me down. Starting to love the way you break me down. You see me open up my phone, digits placed with names unknown. Taking calls at 3 in the morning. Friends too close in the no friend zone. You see me open up my phone, pick save from chicks who want a bone. Taking calls at 3 in the morning. On and on and on and on. On and on and on and on. On and on and on and on. All right, all right, all right. So that's me as Kanye, as Cheeky CP, as Kanye again. All right, I'm gonna break down how I made this beat. All right, so let's check it out.
Break it down.
Break it down, break it down. All right, the first thing you hear is really just keys. Again, some of the characteristics of this album were clean keys, orchestra sounds. So I have like the chamber choir here as well as violins. And I wanted to open it up with just those organic sounds. And then I added in the 808 sounds. So I have a key, a really nice, just a regular grand piano on Logic, and it sounds really crispy. But I added an arpeggiator in here, and shout out to E with the arpeggiator on your track too. That was great. But I wasn't doing anything crazy. It was just really going from high to low on the arpeggiator. So you'll hear that over and over throughout the whole song. In the beginning in these little bridges here. So I'll play that really quick here. Bam. And then you have the violin and the choir basically playing the same type of thing. So it's just accenting the same chord changes. But I have like a 4-bar loop and then it ends with a 2-bar loop. So you can see that this is 4 bars repeated and then a 2-bar loop there. But it sounds really cool when you have the organic sound with the 808 on top of it, which is right here. All right, so then the song comes in and I'm just gonna kind of rock with the beat just a little bit. So you have your 808 and I have a kick together with the 808 and I have an actual hi-hat that I put distortion on to kind of sound like a snare. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I have the toms rocking. So just the beat itself sounds like this. So again, like we were just talking about it, not super funky on the toms. It's really just like almost like a, you know, vibe chant type of thing. Just accenting what's going on. The main theme to the whole thing is 3-chord change progression. So I'm going to play the grand piano and the beat together with a choir. Sounds like this. Oh, sounds like this. So this chord, I kind of wrote it in a weird way because it's in the key of C minor, but I used some funky chords. I kind of thought of it in the third mode of D sharp major. So I was kind of messing around with the chord changes a little bit. So that's the first chord you hear is that G minor, and then it goes to a diminished chord. So it sounds pretty funky. It sounds really dark. The one thing I want to point out is on this chorus or the choir, I sidechained this against the keys. So what that does is allows the keys to ring through. So on every single one of those stabs, bang, 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 you can actually hear that the choir is going to be limiting. So you'll hear more of the keys shine through, which sounds like this. And it's going to sound dynamically like it's like a wavy little ha, 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 ha. And you hear a lot of that in techno music. You hear everybody talk about sidechaining and stuff like that. It's really easy in Logic. You just go to the thing that you want to be limited and you open up the compressor and you click on sidechain, which is right here, and you choose which instrument you want to sidechain against. So this helps a lot with mixing because all of these frequencies are kind of sharing the same area. And by side chaining, you are reducing that dynamic level a bit. So that way you can have the instruments that you want to shine kind of shine a little bit more on the attack. So that is how you can actually have one sound kind of sit above the mix just a little bit enough to be a little bit more audible. And together you can barely hear that that's happening, but that's really what's happening in the background. So compression and side chaining, when you have a mix with a bunch of different things, you need to figure out how to use those things together. The next thing that you'll hear is, again, Tron-like sound, synth sounds. We talked about that. This is like one of the key characteristics of that 808 and Heartbreak album. So got this synth pop vibe going along. That was some of his inspiration for making this album. And I was just kind of accenting and making kind of like a melody against those chords. The next thing that you'll hear is my lovely voice with some auto-tune all up in there.
Playing your game, we'll keep it insane. Let's start a screaming party. Love is so cold, secrets untold. Beginning to love the way you break me down. Starting to love the way you break me down.
I had to make sure I go in at the end just to hear the pitch shift. So I put the the auto tune on there, put on distortion. That is the key. You know, Kanye starter pack is auto tune, distortion. The key takeaway is the delay that I put on here is a stereo delay. If you check out the delay, I have the left speaker or the left signal basically delaying at a different rate than the right signal. The right signal is on a dotted eighth note, and the left signal is at a dotted, or is at an eighth note. So spatially, when you're listening to it, you're going to hear a little echoing at a different rate than this ear. And again, that sounds amazing. It makes the vocals sound really, really cool. So that is my sweet, sweet voice. Then what I did was I wanted to kind of have that intro come in again with those cool chords. And the whole theme of this song is like a toxic relationship type of situation, someone checking someone's phone, seeing shit that they shouldn't see, or that shouldn't be there, I should say. And then, yeah, so I just played on that, and you'll hear some bars by Cheeky CP.
You see me open up my phone, digits placed with names unknown. Taking calls at 3 in the morning, friends too close in the no friend zone. On and on and on and on. On and on and on and on.
All right. The one thing I want to highlight though is just some of these chords. I used violin, just hitting big pads on those chords, and then the cellos is kind of adding a nice, cool little counter melody.
Playing your game.
All right, and that's how I made this beat. So I'm gonna open up to the crew. Here we go.
First of all,
Bravo.
First
Wow.
of all, and second of all, and third of all, play those keys for me real quick.
All right, here we go. Just the keys. Here we go.
Yo, right there. You messed
The
up and
off
kept
key,
it. I
the
love that.
size, yeah.
I love that.
I actually wrote, you're right. I played the MIDI and I was like, and then I chopped it because I actually had the 8-bar phrase and I chopped it and it gives you a choice. It was like, do you want to keep the notes that are in the chop region? And I was like, yeah, why not? And the part that got kept was what you'll see right here. This.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like a 30-second note going, and I just said, screw it, let's roll with it, right?
I like that. That stood out the most to me. That actually gave the track the most personality, because the reason I say that, and I'm gonna elaborate here. The reason I say that is because when we're listening to the track, right, and you're in this emotional state, you're playing your keys, but you mess up and keep going, but you're frustrated because you're dealing with all this crap that you got going on. And it just fit into the scheme of like, yo, I'm not going to fix this. I'm just going to keep on going because I'm pissed. And I love that fit with and the accident fit with the concept of the track.
I can't believe that you heard that. And I was actually gonna, I was gonna repeat that. I was gonna go back into the piano and just take this and I'll go back. And I was gonna say, you know what, let's make that happen again. And let's have it happen like right here, like right before the next chord. But I didn't have enough time. So I was like, whatever, I'll get to it.
Play it like that.
Well, I just need to make sure where it falls. So here's how it falls. I need to make sure it's the same exact thing. So Logic, these are the things you're seeing in real time, how Logic is cumbersome. And one of the ways that it's cumbersome is like copying little phrases in MIDI should be like super simple to just go like, oh, I want that to be the same.
Can you change your snap? It won't impact you if you change your snap or anything like that?
It doesn't, it doesn't get down like that. I don't know how to, it's like you gotta, I don't even know how to describe what you have to do to like make the grid even.
But you love the way it breaks you down.
I love. There we go. So it was gonna sound like this. So have it repeat basically. Yeah,
that's perfect. I love that. Secondly, second of all, I like that emotional intro and how you let it like double at the end. Like you expect the beat to drop, and then it's like, nope, I'm really feeling. I'm in my emotions right now. And then beat comes in and it's like, oh shit, okay. And then this track was dope. This track was like dope. Thanks, like man. Honestly, this is dope. This is very, very dope. So many elements I could talk about in this beat, dude.
I really like how you broke it down. It was really it was really dope.
You broke it down.
The musically, yeah, you definitely captured the idea, but even lyrically, you did like Kanye-isms. Like I definitely can see Kanye saying, "Let's have a shouting party" or whatever.
Yeah, screaming party, yeah,
screaming party, and the verses and everything. Yeah, so you not only did you capture the essence of the music, but also the essence of the songwriting and the vibe of the records that he did and the mind frame he was in when he made that album. You captured that as well. So kudos, double kudos.
Yeah, and then that that pitch shifting you did on your lead right there. That was dope.
Oh, yeah,
That was
man.
incredible.
Yeah, man. That's why I was waiting for everybody to pull out the auto tune. We were talking about auto tune all week.
You know what?
Mhm.
I had it, but I'll send it to you guys. I might even post it on our page. But I'll send it to you. It was on a whole different song though. And then I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. Let me make a whole new track. That's. But I actually sent the track, part of the track, in the chat this week.
Ah, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I ended up sending it to P to use for the project. So, but yeah, so that's dope, man. I love it.
All right.
I love it a
All
lot.
right. All right. All right.
Dope.
We've come
Nice.
to the most important part of the evening. I will go first. I'm going to go first since my challenge will be picked after this. I don't want to seem like I was really gonna give it to P. And then I heard that little up riff at the end of your break me down. I'm like, well, I gotta give it to him. He fucking he's killing. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to you with honorable mention. Like, there's no one else I would pick second but P. No one else I would pick second but P. Dope beat. But I think that we are letting him get passes on us because he keeps dropping vocals in here. And we're getting back to our old lazy ways.
And rhyming. Come on, P.
And rhyming. Come on, P. He rhymed.
Yeah, I gotta unfortunately give my fire flower to Corey.
Yes, please do.
Did I hear the word
really
unfortunately? But wait, did you say unfortunately?
He did.
No, because I really enjoyed the East beat. I
Okay.
really like the East beat, but yeah.
Unfortunately,
Corey, you be singing and stuff.
Against my better judgment, I'm gonna give it to you.
Corey be singing and stuff, and that makes it. He be cheating, but he did a good job singing.
He didn't cheat. He didn't cheat. Last week he told us that's what we were doing. That's dope though.
All right, word. I'll take that flower. I'll take both flowers. I'm gonna give mine to E, and simply for one reason. Well, a couple of reasons, but
unfortunately though.
Unfortunately, he used arpeggiator in the most tastiest way ever, and using some of those elements that we talked about for the past couple of weeks, like kind of adding it all together. I really like that. Emotional chords. P, obviously, honorable mention. Really emotional chords in the Kanye sample, even though we were talking about him. I feel like P should get on his track. You know what I mean? That's why I said that. I feel like you should jump on your track.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think that you should jump on way more tracks, P. Like, you're the artist of all of us. You're the artist. Like, I know your lawyer told you not to do any free work. I know your agent is against it, and they'll pull the video off YouTube and everything. Yep. But
we'll get a copyright claim.
Bless us with some P. You know what I'm saying? Some P tracks.
So soon come.
Well, we got one. We do this every week. So.
All right. So
who's winning the game that you're watching that I can see through your glasses?
You see?
Is it the Rams? What's the score?
The Rams are up.
What is the score?
24-3.
Oh,
damn.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Who are they playing?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I need the Bears to. I need Jimmy Graham specifically to score a lot today. Okay, this is what we're doing, everybody. We're focusing. We're actually going to have me share my screen again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the wheel.
The wheel.
So again, we have a new board here. Shout out to Manic Jackson. He was our guest last week. He added to the board. So if you don't know, check out last week's episode. We had another producer come on. He's trying to promote some stuff he has going on in his world. Check out Resampled on YouTube. Check out Manic Jackson on YouTube. He's doing a lot, and he added micro sampling onto the board. So if we get that today, we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're gonna have to phone a friend and figure what the hell that is.
He did agree that he would come back if his challenge was selected. So
okay, all right, okay. Let's How many dummy spins we doing this week though?
But you get to pick because you're the boss.
Okay, we're gonna do one dummy spin.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, and is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
What I wanna know. Okay, here we go. The beat challenge for the week. That is so loud.
Ooh.
That was a dummy. Remember that was a dummy.
But
Here
I
we
told
go.
you. But I told you.
Here we go. Here's the real one.
Voyage to Atlantis. It's always gonna come back. Oh.
8.
Wait, is that mine?
I can't tell. What is it? What does it say? Hang on. Let me stop sharing my screen. 8. What is 8? 8 says
Beat contest.
Beat. Oh, this is mine. Finally. It's been E forever. Okay. So we might have to do just a little bit of research tonight. But here's the thing. The idea, this is mine. All right. The idea is that we need to find some sort of beat flip challenge. There's a lot of these in the producer community are going on at all times. Sometimes a lot of the manufacturers of hardware and software will put on some sort of beat challenge. Sometimes people who make a drum kit will actually put out their drum kit for free, and then they will actually, challenge people to make a beat with the drum kit, and then they would choose who's the winner. And there's sometimes like $100 gift card or something involved, right? So a lot of these like beat flip challenges happen pretty regularly. I've been finding them like a lot, like once a week. Some other YouTube channels put them on, some other producers put them on their channels and stuff like that. So I think one of the big ones that just happened recently was Redman had a beat challenge and he teamed up with, I don't even know what the software manufacturer was, but he was trying to get people to use the samples from the software manufacturer or the whatever the hell they were, like the sample bank, whatever company. And he was like looking for the best beat makers around or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to find one. And for the week, we will have to follow the rules of whatever that beat challenge is. We might have to use a specific drum kit, a specific loop kit. And then we are going to make our beat from that kit. And we're also going to enter the challenge too, because why not? Maybe we'll win something. So right now, what we'll do tonight is we will look online. I will do some of the research. Everyone look to see if they can find something. And then we are going to enter our own little beat contest. Sometimes it involves downloading loops and then using those loops. So it'll be fun because it will introduce us to some loop makers or drum kit makers and just submit a beat out there. So what do you guys think about that?
Sounds dope.
I think it's cool.
Sounds very dope.
I'm with it.
Awesome.
I'm with it.
Can't wait for the challenge.
Yeah.
Of course you can't, P, because you can't say anything else because it wasn't one of mine. As long as it's not mine, you're okay with it.
Thank God it's not Pick Any 5 or Backyardigans. Those are horrible. They should be stricken from the list.
Listen, dad problems. Okay?
Whammy, number 1. Where's the Backyardigans?
Number 4?
Whammy.
No. Backyardigans number 10. Number 10.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's coming up. It's gonna happen, P. You might as well start researching now, man. It's gonna happen.
What's instructional supergroup?
It's where you go and you find a like famous guitar player or drummer or bass player from YouTube, where you find their instructional videos and you sample them playing the instrument and you put together a beat using like 2 or 3 different famous musicians. There's tons of that out there.
What's 2 hooks?
Was that E's or is that mine? I don't even know.
That's yours, not mine. I wouldn't pick anything stupid like that. You know, all my challenges are very nice. All my challenges are very nice.
The whammy, the notorious whammy. Called it a terrible.
Can we get rid of number 1 for real though?
No, absolutely not.
Because number 1 is not really a challenge.
It is a challenge. It's actually the most challenging challenge. 3?
Can you even? Yeah, are there 5 that even make sense?
Yes.
I know. Like
you might. You can make a beat with an instructional supergroup, and then you can make that a whole track, but you could make it in a different DAW, and it could be a Michael Jackson type song. You could pick any 5 you
Oh
want,
my
mix them
God,
together.
no,
Listen,
no, there's no way.
listen. This is what happens. This is what
There's
happens
no way.
when
That's gonna be so bad.
This is what happens when you come for me, man. Pause. You had so much to say about my challenges. You told him to break up the list. You told him I couldn't have certain challenges. No, you did this to yourself, man. You did this to yourself.
Pick
So-
any 5.
You suck,
Well,
And,
you
and that's
know,
very easy. And you can pick the easiest ones. Like you can pick make a whole track and then 2 hooks and then sample Robert Glasper, but make a Michael Jackson song. That's super dumb easy.
mm,
Like you complicate it yourself if you want, but it doesn't have to be difficult.
hmm.
And who
Yeah.
said you have to
Horrible.
actually be on both hooks?
So here's my thing that makes the pick the 5 that little bit why it should be off the list is because once you do those 5 challenges, do we have to replace each one of those challenges after that now?
I don't know. I don't think the people should be here for this decision though. So
No, the
I pick-
people should know all the reasons why it's a bad decision.
well, you know what? Here's the thing. I put it up there. You can't take it down. It's against the rules.
Horrible.
Oh my God. All right.
So
well,
next week when
we
it
have to
lands
live
on
with it.
1,
Yeah. You know what though? What we did for the first 12 episodes is we went through a list, or we didn't hit every single one, but we hit 12 challenges throughout the first 12 episodes. And then we've revamped the list. So in theory, there is a situation possible where we go all the way to 24 challenges and then we revamp the list with new challenges. So me and P could only hope that one doesn't get chosen in the next 6 episodes.
Jeez,
What do we think? E?
that's gonna be horrible.
Look at it.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. Listen, I have a list of challenges to replace my challenges. So I hope you understand. I've gotten. Let's take that down right now. That challenge is unfair. Okay.
I think it's just a spoiler. It spoils all of the fun that we could be having with each one of those. You know what I mean?
Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
Let's
You know what I mean?
take it down. Take it down. Take it down.
And we replace it with Marilyn Manson, though.
No, we can't. We're gonna replace it with sample your own track. Make a full track and sample it.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by your own track?
Like
In what
make
way?
a track and
Yeah.
then sample that track into a new track.
Into a new track. Make a beat, or what if we sampled an older beat that we did on the?
I mean,
No.
we wouldn't really know, but we need
Okay.
to hear both beats. So make a beat and then sample that beat.
Look at P.
You should have just left the other. This is what happens when I told you, P. You're making it worse for yourself, man.
I know I actually like that one better than pick 5.
Cool.
Anything's worse than pick 5, dear God.
Whatever, man. It's up there. So now resample yourself. So make a beat and sample. it.
Resample yourself. Okay, I can live with that. Okay. Anyone want to do the outro? Huh? Good
E.
week. Good week.
Nah, the person with the crown do the outro.
Okay. Everybody, thanks for coming out. This was a great challenge. We also had a victory by taking number 1 off the list and replacing it. So double victory this week. Check us out online. Tell your friends, tell other beat makers, tell music makers, songwriters. Follow us on Instagram. Email us, just say what's up, tag us, do all that stuff. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We have a lot of things planned for the end of the year. More producer guests, more guests who are musicians. If you want to join, just hit us up. What we want to do is just, build on this community. You can check us out on Twitch. We don't really have a lot of content on Twitch yet, but we're going to start making more. And then I don't know if really people use Periscope often, but yeah, we're there too. So thanks for coming and hanging, talking beats, talking Kanye, talking 808s. And then next week we're gonna break it down.
Well, good week, guys.
All right, good week. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.